Hello again, friends. Welcome back to twitch.tv/TrooperBerry. And welcome back to this Variety Saturday. Is that even a thing? I don't know. Yeah, we got caught up in one particular game yesterday, so we're going to get to some more of the demos today, starting with Crisis in the Kremlin, the Cold War. You can probably guess the theme, but just to give it a proper rundown, this is by Nostalgames, formerly Kremlingames. It is a Cold War political sim, and it's done by the same people who did the first Crisis in the Kremlin game. Well, I shouldn't say the first. They did a Crisis in the Kremlin game in 2017, which was a revival of a DOS game from 1991. And their library also includes China, Mao's Legacy, and Nostalgie, the Berlin Wall. So there's a bit of a theme among the devs' offerings. It's subtle, but I think you can pick it up. But the idea is pretty straightforward. You're in charge of the Soviet Union in the Cold War, and you can take it whatever way you want. You know, you can go with the way our timeline did with the Perestroika Glasnost. You can become a democracy. You can become a theocracy, or you can try to resist the tides of history, preserve the Soviet Union, and hey, maybe even make the U.S. collapse. Who knows? Real quick before we go, we'll just check the options here. All pretty straightforward. Also, they already have mod support in the demo. Also, must show you this. It's still a demo, but the music selection is extensive. So full credit to them for that, if nothing else. All right, so let's take this out for a spin and see what sort of alt history we can come up with. Okay, so we are the Soviet Union. Let's see. So let's say we're locked into 1985. Cheat was not available. Last hero mode must be enabled. So we have realism, realistic mode. We have arcade mode for easy. Sandbox for free mode, meaning extra political capital or money. Archipelago hard mode. I think realism is kind of like the default setting, so we'll go with that. And then we had to pick who we got. Let's see. The 5-year funeral culminates into the beginning of some new stage of the country's history, but no one can say what kind. Soviet people are waiting for changes, but at the same time, they believe that the government will be able to keep all the good things and get rid of only the bad. Well, we'll see how that goes. 7 groups have joined the struggle for power, using all possible legal methods of struggle to defeat their opponents to start implementing their programs for the future of the Soviet Union. And how will it end? Okay, so we got Konstantin Chernenko, Grigory Romanov, Mikhail Gorbachev, Andrei Gromyko, Vladimir Shcherbitsky, Viktor Grishin, and or create your own general secretary. I'm not feeling that ambitious. So we have let's see, each of these 6 have their own kind of perks. That's it. Gromyko, Mr. Niet. Party veteran, unquestioned authority. Okay, so it's not going to tell us what those. Oh, we have more. Oh, here we go. We got the breakdown for Andrei Gromyko. Realizing that Gorbachev was unlikely to be able to reform the Soviet Union properly, Andrei Gromyko refused to support him and, overpowering his desire to retire honorably, nominated himself for the position of General Secretary. No one dared to speak out against such an authoritative and experienced politician, and Gromyko was unanimously elected head of the party. However, the 76-year-old patriarch of Soviet politics has serious health issues, and will soon clearly become a new participant in the coffin carriage race. Oh, that is dark. Let's see. How about Konstantin Chernenko. Thanks to a happy coincidence, the poor quality smoked fish was eaten by his guard, and the general secretary, who had not been poisoned, did not go for asthma treatment to the high altitude sanatorium in Kislovodsk, offered by Gorbachev and Shazov. Konstantin Chernenko escaped getting toxo infection in August 1983, continued to govern the Soviet Union not from the ward of his Central Clinic Hospital, but from his offices in the Kremlin. However, the 73-year-old General Secretary's lung disease is progressing, and he realizes he does not have long to live. What will he do during his time? Okay. This guy's hated by the intelligentsia. Or we have Mikhail Gorbachev. Let's see. In agreement with the moderates and reformers and relying on Andropov's cadres in the Politburo and KGB, the youngest member of party leadership, Mikhail Gorbachev, convened the Central Committee plenum with phenomenal speed. His rivals had no time to react. Romanov was on vacation in Palanga and isolated from information from Moscow, and Sherbitsky, who was in New York, could not return in time because his plane was deliberately delayed. In the absence of his opponents, Gorbachev completely successfully carried out a legal coup. Okay, young reformer Andropov's nominee and skilled intriguer. Ooh, okay, well, I tell you what. We'll go with what we know, or who we know rather. But again, my knowledge of Soviet politics of the late '80s not great. I was like 8 when all this went down. Enable tutorial? Yes, please. Okay. Crisis in the Kremlin Cold War, a real-time political strategy game. In the game, you'll take on the role of the head of state and save the USSR from collapse. To achieve this, various tools for managing the country are at your disposal. Conducting foreign and domestic policy, controlling the economy and budget, and interacting with ministers and other politicians. Let's see. So we have US DEFCON currently at 4. That's almost as chill as possible, but not quite. Relations with the US, relations with China, relations with France, combat readiness, strength of special services. Ooh. That's probably speed 1, 2, 3. Military, economic, influence, ideology, relations with player. Oh, we got lots of them. Nice. Let's see. Political authority. We have research points. We have military, physical, cybernetic, and civil. Okay, civil we're a little lacking. Population 275 million. Radical opposition 15. We have a budget surplus. And our monetary reserve is that. Okay. The interface of all sections consists of the top screen. You'll see one of the main foreign domestic political indicators, warnings in the game type panel. Bottom right corner is one for navigating to other sections. Okay, diplomacy, decisions, budget, statistics, doctrines, science, politics, Congress. The game speed 1, 2, 3, sure. Pauses like we are now. Yeah, any good strategy game, the first thing you do is pause. Activate the game by pressing 1, 2, or 3. Okay, now what do we got? Okay, and these are at flashpoints. We got the Afghan Civil War, or the Iraq-Iran War, because it is. Oh, whose dating system are we? Is it November 3rd or is it March 11th? I guess we'll find out. We have the Angolan Civil War. We have Civil War in Nicaragua. Okay, so the west, the west is NATO. The red is the Warsaw Pact, and then the green is officially neutral. We have Finland, we have Sweden, Switzerland, Austria. I guess it'd be. Well, that's Albania. That's Greece. Oh, I should know what that is. Anyway, that's diplomacy. Okay, decisions. Okay, decisions. All decisions and modifiers. Okay. Actions implementing foreign domestic policy, scientific achievements. 9 categories, 8 of which are thematic and one is list of already adopted decisions. Modifiers look process of diplomatic, political, economic, and party. Go to 8 section to learn more. Okay. We got diplomatic. We got political. Divided 2 times, 1 time, and repeatable. Okay. Hover over the specified button to view the conditions. Okay, so see, if we renovate the housing stock, the percentage of Khrushchevkas in the housing will be down by 5%. So we're improving the housing, like maybe we're getting rid of slums. And then we're gonna spend some money to do it. Let's see. Change the prevailing sexual morality. Set an departure from established norms, integrating a more open and free society to gender and parenthood. Sexual question. Okay. Oh, so we need 150 political authority, and not before 1987. Okay. Declare the construction of communism. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so they're going to be prerequisites for some of these. SORM 1. This is ensure the capability of operating, monitoring, and interception of data. Okay, so like a it's like monitoring citizens. Okay, we need public internet and then mass deployment of Duga and Daryal radars. Okay. Reorient enterprises to receive foreign currency. Okay. Okay, I can all of a sudden see that this can get very, very complicated. But again, it's like a global, like not like a global grand strategy game, but as it makes sense. Mandatory GTO physical training. So we need new heavy equipment. Oh, cancel the decision of the okay, the May Plenum of 1966. Yeah, you all know what that is, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, now we get to the cool stuff. Space. Put spy satellites in orbit. We need military satellites. Break the agreement on nuclear-free status in outer space. That seems not great. Introduce Mir, the multi-orbit station. Launch the lunar nuclear train. Ooh, oh wow. Okay, man, we're getting deep. Underground lunar base? Mine the moon? Holy crap! This is awesome. Okay, unified computer architecture. We need modern computer architectures first. Does it tell me where I can find that? It does not. Okay. Internet to every home. Yeah, see, there's a lot of these things we can't do, but okay, it is good that it tells you why. We need modern computer architectures. Where is it? Is that economic? Let's see. Modern computer architecture. Fusion reactor. Oh. But admittedly, a lot of this stuff. See, patent system joined the IMF. Dealing with hostile embassies. Oh wow. Okay, really can't do those. So I think maybe these other ones will come along the way. Let's see, so we got 50 political authority points. This will, okay, subject states, strengthen the radical, well, it'll defang the opposition. That's pretty good. It'll increase civil activity. That's not so bad, I think. And it'll cost political authority, but not too much. Oh, there, unfinished research. Oh, begin research on new technology. Ah, here we go. This is probably where we find that. Okay, research section. All research in categories in space, cybernetics, agri-technology, military, nuclear. Yeah, we probably don't want to consider going to space if we can't feed our people and house them first. I know, wild idea. Second versus scheduling, others are mutually exclusive. Oh, okay. Okay, so any of the technology. Okay, modern computer architecture, or we have mass implementation of computing centers. Or is this? Oh, the branch of research has already started. And it increases the cost of science in other branches by 20%. Oh, until all sciences of the branch are fully released. Wide PC availability. You have domestic intranet. Okay, so this is probably like the yeah, this is the freer version, where this is the more this is like the yeah, basically like the Soviet equivalent of the Chinese internet. Let's see, space. We got military satellites, or oh, here's Mir. Okay, each tech requires a certain amount of science points. There are 4 types: military, physical, cybernetic, and civil. Mentioned that. There'll be a decision to be able to introduce Mir when this is done. Click to view the corresponding decisions. Ah, okay, there we go. It's not enough to research, it must also be implemented. Makes sense. In the player's country, another superpower of the U.S. is also conducting research. Oh, open the specified section with U.S. technologies. Some U.S. technologies duplicate, so the country implements them first will gain a significant tech advantage and admiration for the global community. Also, gets humanitarian research can influence politics of the countries, especially the player's country. Okay. So we have agricultural, integrated food supply, or intensive agriculture. We've got mill heavy equipment or emphasis on local conflicts. I think that's okay. Atomic. Ooh, proton collider. Nice. Okay, well let's see. Okay, so let's look at this. Modern computer, because this will lead into extra competitiveness, physics points, civilian points, and it won't be that much in terms of like money. And then we can look at the main, the unified operating system. So we like Soviet Windows or what have you. Yeah, it'll cost us 5, but we got that. Yeah. So let's be a technocratic, at least to start. Okay, so that's going. How do I get to the? There we go. Okay. All right, an event has appeared. Well, let's go actually progress. Okay, so it was March 11th, and now it's March 15th. An event has appeared. Game time automatically pauses. Love it. Click the event. Okay, we have event. Appeal to the Soviet people. Event has occurred. There are 3 types: newspaper event, where there are no response options; standard with multiple response, or a dialogue event, where one of the politicians addresses you with response options. Okay. No response options, but it can affect game parameters. Okay, dear comrades, the Communist Party, the Soviet Union, the Soviet state, the entirety Soviet people have suffered a great loss. Konstantin Chernenko. I think that was our... Yeah, I think that was one of the guys we looked at. An outstanding party member and statesman, patriot and internationalist, a brave fighter for the triumph of the ideals of communism and peace on earth, has passed away. Today, an emergency plenum of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union took place. The plenum considered the issue of electing the General Secretary of the Central Committee of the CPSU on behalf of the Politburo. Andrei Gromyko made a speech on this issue. Okay, he was 74. Oh, this guy was 22. Okay, he really did not like us. He made a proposal to elect Mikhail Gorbachev, hey, that's us, as General Secretary. Plenty of men elected, assured the Central Committee that he'll make every effort to fix the party, people, the Great Leninist cause. The program guidelines of the CPSU are steadily implemented. Continuity is ensured in solving problems of further strengthening the economic and defense power, increasing the well-being of Soviet people, strengthening peace with the Leninists. Vasily Kuznetsov has been appointed acting chairman of the Presidium of the Supreme Council until next session. Okay, he's 84. He didn't particularly like us either. Well, he has a power of 45. We have 85 because we are politician number 1. Okay. Oh, we have another one. Oh, gee, I think we're at speed 1. We're already at the 28th. Euro Missile Crisis. This event is a regular one. It can have from 1 to several dialogue options. Green means conditions met. Red means not met. Gray means no conditions. Hover over the indicated icon to see the event condition. Hover over the response to see the result. Close by pressing next. It is curious. I have to close each and every single one. All right. Euro Missile Crisis. After the Reagan administration, influenced by conservative militarist circles, settled in the White House, the results of the détente from the 70s came to naught. Our proposals to return to the policy of disarmament and reduction of global tension did not find a response from the American leadership. Since the beginning of the decade, this situation in Europe has continued to deteriorate. In response to the aggressive actions of the USA, we deployed several hundred medium-range missiles on the territory of the GDR and CSR and plan to increase the supply of weapons in the future. The USA then planned to begin to deploy Pershing II medium-range ballistic missiles in Ferg, and also installed BGM-10 109G Tomahawk ground-launched missiles in Ferg, Great Britain, Italy, the Netherlands, and Belgium. The Euro missile crisis has reached its climax. Any further steps to deploy missiles will lead to increased confrontation and the threat of nuclear conflict. Maybe we should try to find common ground with the Reagan administration. Okay. Everything here is still sitting at 0. I don't know if there are things we need to... Oh, hey, hello. There's even more. Special services loyalty. That seems important. Military loyalty, army, intelligentsia. They're a little less. Consensus unity and spiritual contentment. Yeah, everything is static. Except for the budget surplus, which, if you're going to have one thing, having a budget surplus, not too bad. Okay, so we can increase the number of missiles and place them in Hungary as well. No conditions. So the military, our combat radius will go up, U.S. will go down, spend money in political authority, and the West isn't going to like it. Continue missile deployment in Eastern Europe, a little less combat readiness. Still, and so that's the maximalist position. That's the middle ground, or declare a moratorium, positive relations with the West, a little liberalization, -5 military leadership loyalty, and then we lose 10 political. Well, we're losing political authority points either way. This is just more of them. See, the biggest it's going to be, going to be 5 to military leadership. Well, we can afford to lose a little, not too much, but maybe we'll try to scale things. You know, we'll declare a moratorium, and we'll see how the West responds. If they take advantage of it, well, then maybe we'll be not so nice next time. Today, the General Secretary of the Central Committee of CPSU gave an interview to Pravda newspaper. In the conversation, he noted the USSR will pursue an active and constructive policy, considering relations with the USA to be an extremely important factor in international politics. The USSR does not look at the world only through the prism of these relations. We understand the weight of other countries in international affairs, and we take this into account when assessing the general situation of the world. He also further noted the importance of Soviet-American negotiations on nuclear and space weapons, stating, "From this day on, I want to emphasize The Soviet Union is introducing a moratorium on the deployment of its medium-range missiles, suspending the implementation of other retaliatory measures in Europe. The moratorium is valid until November of this year. What decision we make after this depends on whether the United States follows our example, whether or not they stop the deployment of their medium-range missiles in Europe. Yes. Oh, okay. 7. Let's move on to other parts of the interface. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we have trends. Okay, warming. Very good with relation with China. Positive. Losing a little bit with the strength of the special services. Oh wow, we got a huge bump in political authority. Okay, we're opposition waning a little. Our economy just absolutely cratered. Don't like to see that. Okay, positive special services, losing a bit with the military. Intelligentsia are okay. Citizens are kind of eh. Okay. Okay, warnings will occasionally appear. Impending crises, relationships with other countries and politicians. Clicking on the warning icon will open the section related to the problematic area. Okay. The main country indicators looking in the top left and right parts of the screen. Most indicators in the game change on the first day of each month. Okay. DEF CON. Right. Ranges from 5 normal ratings to 1 max. Okay, good. They got DEF CON right. You love to see it. If relations with the U.S. fall below 15, the DEF CON level raises by 1 point. Oh, if relations with the U.S. rise above 100, the DEF CON level decreases by 1 point. Okay, so presumably it can go above 100 then. Okay, next relations with the U.S., France, and China. Rival countries competing spheres of diplomatic influence. And I'm sure the French love that. Military readiness. It is involved in wars, events, and diplomatic actions. Falls below a certain level, it can trigger a crisis event. Okay, so we might not be actively warring, but we'll try not to let that slip. Loyalty to the security services. Uses a condition for certain actions and events that indicates fall below level. This can trigger a crisis. Yeah. Just as Pak Shin-hee. Okay, political power. Accumulated points of political power. This is the main resource in the game. We are gaining a ton. But we do have some spendies as well. Okay, total science points. Yeah, we're neutral there. I don't love that. I'd like to gain more. Population. Okay, that's flat. Oh, is that? If the subject leaves the country, the population will decrease. Sure. Radical opposition strength. Exceeding the syndicate beyond a certain level can trigger a crisis. Yeah, it's certainly going down, which we like. Budget balance, that is going down, which we do not like. Although, how are we spending more money if we have a moratorium on missiles, making missiles? Okay, the reserve. Yeah, we're currently dipping into it. We have a decent reserve, but I don't like that we're negative. Review me else the diplomacy section. Okay, upright mode, fight the diplomatic. Okay, military alliances, economic blocks, influence. Okay, there's economic alliance. Yeah, we got the European Economic Community, soon to be the EU. We have our Comic-Con part, not Comic-Con, Comic-Con. Oh, we can invite Syria into Comic-Con, or whoever that is. Can I click on them? Yugoslavia, there we go. We can sanction them. Why would we do that? Okay, yeah, so they are not in our sphere of influence, so we can't do that. Okay, they're officially neutral. But if we get them up to 75 relations, okay. Okay, yes, we did those. Gosh darn it, okay. Okay, scroll bar, zoom in and out. Countries, so any of the subjects of the USSR, click with the left mouse button. Okay, Kazakhstan. Okay, this contains a panel. Hovering on the icons will display the current influence. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they have our nuclear weapons, so we we don't want them to get annoyed at us. The two indicated subject icons, USSR. Okay, leadership course, loyal, moderate, separatist. Okay, they're loyal, we like. Okay, the type of dependence, so their positions, they're autonomous, a subject, or equal subject. They are a subject. Occupation, satellite, okay. Government type, conservative socialism. There are 17 types of government in the game. Woof. Okay, ruling party relations, they like us a lot. Vector, towards us, we like that. We can change the leadership, but why would we? We can give them subsidies, that'll improve relations per month, I see. Withdraw nuclear weapons, or declare a state of emergency. No, we don't need to do that. Right. Okay, the diplomacy tutorial is complete. In the lower right, you can edit any sections about order. Read them. Thank you. I don't know why I have to close each and every window separately. Oh my god. And if you misclick, you gotta start the closing all over again. Okay, let's deal with this event. Second most powerful person in the party and the Senate. Mourning is left behind, the country is returning to its former life. Now is the time to start working, but in what direction should we go? Internal problems have been growing for years, and the Soviet Union is in need of reform and transformation. But to carry them out, you need your own team. Now we do not have a stable majority in the Politburo and the Secretariat, so it's worth starting with the position of second secretary. According to party tradition, the second secretary oversees issues of ideology and personnel policy, and leads the meeting of the Secretariat, and in any absence means the Politburo. Here are the contenders. The first is Richard Kosolopov, editor-in-chief of Communist magazine and admirer of Stalin, to initiate the rehabilitation of Vyacheslav Molotov in the party. He super duper does not like us. He is an anti-Atlantist, unyielding idealist. The second is Pyotr Demichev, Minister of Culture, one of the ideologists of the Brezhnev era. He's not too keen on us either. You see, they're sympathetic to the conservatives as to the neo-Stalinists. The third is Yegor Ligachev, a nominee of Yuri Andropov and an experienced regional leader who headed the Tomsk regional parliament for many years before he transferred to Moscow. Oh, he loves us. He is big on thrift, sympathetic to moderates, compromising, and ascetic idealist. The fourth is Vladimir Dolkich, one of Yuri Andropov's nominees, who's been working since 1983 on the Commission for Development of Economic Reform. Also loves us. Let's see, they're 64, 67, 55. Sympathetic to reformers. He's got no diplomacy, a little intrigued, again big on thrift. Reformers, industrialist, efficient marketeer, okay, economic guy. This is Alexander Yakovlev. Was an Orthodox Marxist and promoter of the Shelepinsky group. He was a bully for nationalists in the Literary Gazette, and after that was removed from work in the party apparatus and sent as ambassador to Canada. Also loves us. He's a diplomat, sympathetic to liberal Democrats, Euro-Atlantist, marketeer, idealist. Let's see. Alright, so we can pick whoever, and then we're going to gain political authority points. It's not bad. And then whoever we pick, their faction, is going to get a buff. Like the social patron, the neo-Stalinists. He's diplomacy, intrigue. Okay, so diplomacy, intrigue, and thrifting, like their main stat points. They got a 2-1-1, a 1-3-2, big on intrigue. 1-1-4, 0-1-4, or 4-2-1. Yeah, this is the guy who got kicked to Canada. Okay. We got reformers, Lib Dems, just reformers, moderates. Let's see. I don't. Do we have stats? I can't remember. Honestly, let's see. Given that, yeah, if we're going to focus internally, our economy is probably going to be the biggest thing holding us back. Someone who knows how the economy works would probably be nice. I would say, yeah, Ligachoff, one case, 114 versus a 014. Moderates, reformers. Diplomacy were actually kind of okay. But maybe we don't want to lean too hard into being pro-West. Maybe, yeah, okay, Dolgok has no diplomacy. He's an economics guy. Yeah, we'll go with the economic guy. Vladimir Dolgok, a strong business specialist who is developing economic reform. Andropov now imposes to abandon administrative methods and moves towards a socialist market on the model of China and Yugoslavia. They implement this for promoting market economists. Okay. Oh yeah. How's our research doing? It is. Ooh, wow, that is slow. I see. Do we know what they're doing? Okay, they're doing the second wave. The U.S. is doing the second wave of unscientific philosophy. Okay, they're going. I guess they're non-governmental social rating system. Okay. Interesting. Okay? We got diplomacy, decisions. We're working on that. Budget. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, so many sliders. Economic management, one of the most important parts of the game. Okay, the main spending articles. God, this. Okay, so yeah, typical grand strategy game where you could honestly spend several hours before starting the game at all. Okay, changing amount of investment. Okay, budget, revenues and expenditures. Right now we're ever so slightly in the red. We would like to fix that. That's our reserve. We're exporting. Okay. Inflation currently not a problem. We like that. Debt of foreign creditors. And fixed expenses. Okay. I could swear I just did this. Oh, boy. Okay, I will get. Thank you, event indicator. I'll get to you in a second. Hey, Ruek. A strong say. You just choose random start first. Kinda, yeah. I mean, I'm intrigued. Don't get me wrong. I'm. There's a lot here, and I've played enough grand strategy games to where it appeals to my meticulous nature. It's just it's throwing a lot at you. But how you doing, Rec? Hope your weekend's going well. Let's see. So we're spending $300 on our arms force, $890 on economic stimulation. Other spending cult proset. Okay. Intelligentsia. Okay, so this is like PR. Environmental support. Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. Diplomatic missions. Okay. Oh, plus with everyone. Okay. Imports. Okay, we're not importing too much. We like that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. So if we kick more money into science, we get more science points. Although apparently, I guess certain groups don't like that. Oh, we can spend more on the medical system. Everyone loves that. And education. Of course, education, that makes sense. You're doing well? Good, good. Yeah, not bad. Unfortunately, this is one of my one-day weekends, so I'm just trying to take it as easy as possible. I'm managing the jet lag and the effects of the stairs. Let's see. Wait. Envelopes for... Oh, this is our... this is the backhanders. Is it? Oh, okay, interesting. Loyalty of regions, power of radical down, but for every 10 greater than 50, then corruption plus. Wow, okay. So don't overdo it. So let's see, if so now we're bleeding just a little from our relations with the military leadership and the special services. Do we do something about that? Maybe. Let's see. State mechanism really lowers corruption. More employment, more political power points. Salaries of civil servants. You don't have so many to conquer at once. You need to do like 20 a day. Oh, as your mom got bit. Oh no. Sorry that your mom's doing poorly. But good of you for looking after her. But yeah, yeah, I do. I hope the stairs are forgiving. And May is usually cold this time of year. Oh, so fireplace needs tending too. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could definitely tweak some other social spending. Healthcare, education. We nerf the opposition. Self-realization. That's not entirely sure what that means, but all right. Okay, so. As you know, oh, this is the strength of the special services. This is the loyalty. Okay, so maybe we don't need so many envelopes there. Let's see, maybe, can we tune that up a little? So extra general loyalty, extra political power points. Let's see. Oh, okay, so every 10 less than 100. Okay. So 100 is the break point there. 50 is the break. Okay, so then maybe we keep that right around there. So we need to come up with money from somewhere. Let's see, if I take that down a notch. Okay, so maybe we'll ease back on the diplomatic missions a little bit. So now the budget is balanced. Although I would really like, can we crank up some of the science spending? Yeah, so this is how we get our tech points. Military, effective, but puts off the opposition. Nuclear, good for heavy industry, and apparently ecology. But the intelligentsia doesn't like the nukes. Or like nuclear power. Rude. Digital, cybernetic, forgery down, light industry up, power of the intelligence services up, civic engagement goes well up. Oh, but the loyalty of the intelligence service goes ways down. Maybe that's a good place to keep it. So civilian technologies increases corruption. Maybe civil, physical, or education gives us a little bit of everything. Actually, maybe education is the place. Okay, so now we're... Okay, so where can we cut? Import of art objects? We're importing art. Okay. Importing medicine. Apparently nuclear is rather... Oh yeah, nuclear clean and cheaper to produce, but yeah, there are certain safety considerations. See, values of funds in economics higher than contribution will not have any effects. Oh, any funds in any economics, so anything below 100, or excuse me, anything with expenses higher than infrastructure, so will not have any effects. Oh, so we need to spend, anything we're spending on more than infrastructure is bad. But then also the negative, okay, I don't, wow, there's a lot. Okay, here, let's shave a little off there. And we'll put that into, the medical system and the education system. Okay. God, moving on. Stats. Oh boy. Oh God. Okay, after the first turn, you'll be able to see a tooltip, the monthly influence modifiers. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is what we're getting, and this will tell us all the modifiers. Got it. Yeah, this was... There is a lot here. Okay, so... We are... Okay, the availability education going up. Good. Healthcare going up. Okay. Civil activity low, but increasing. All right. Doctrine. Oh God. Oh, this looks like democracy. Doctrine policy in perfect area. Diplomatic, economic, and domestic political. Let's see. Migration, international, diplomatic, international. Right? Let's see. Okay, so here we can move a particular one. Okay, find over prices. Okay, options except the current one. Okay, so if you want to go to planned price reduction, income from light industry and service. Okay, that'll be bad. Empty shelves and okay. The conditions, and that's what will happen if you do it. We need the reserve at least 25. We need 25. Okay. Okay, this is, oh boy. Labor freedom, trade unions, taxation. We have progressive. Ooh, we have no. We can go to no taxes. Oh boy, won't that be delightful? Okay, low tax, flat taxes, flat tax, tax incentives, negative income tax, progressive tax, and wealth tax. Okay, so we have the reserve is sufficient. Political power. Okay, there's no settling in. Okay, the amount varies. The higher the income, higher the tax. A separate tax on luxury and large amounts of property and capital. Tax revenue goes up significantly. Self-fulfillment, healthcare, and education both go up. Big fans of that. Civil activity, which apparently we do not want. Relation with subject states -1. What do we have? Do we have that? Or maybe that's not there. The services and agricultural, they each lose 2 power. I don't know what that means. You know what? It's a demo. Wealth tax, go. Okay, so these are 4 voting systems, legislative right, sole dictatorship, party, oligarchy, representative democracy, direct democracy. Okay, so voting for 33, voting against 22. Yeah, these are all the ones in favor. These are against. Oh, total strength for, total strength against. Yeah, we're good there, so. But it says we can't. Oh. We're probably still settling in. Okay, that'll be it. Okay, science, we're good. We're... Oh, okay, here's what's slowing things down. So we're generating cybernetic points and physic points. I see. So the more of those we generate, cybernetic and physics, the right. Yeah. So the more of those we generate, the faster our research goes. So we could supercharge that by going into digital technologies. And then the loyalty of the intelligence services is going to crater. All right, we'll deal with that. Let's see. Yeah, these are political interactions. Yes. And Congress. We got all these factions. Oh, you can ban, you can support. Okay. Okay. So, lots of sliders, lots of windows. Let's see, what do we got? Sverdlovsk. Changes and reforms require new personnel. Negative trends have emerged in our construction, namely an increase in the volume of unfinished construction despite huge capital investments. Corruption. Your close and influential party members, represented by comrades Yegor Ligachev and Vladimir Dolgich, propose to consider the candidacy of the first secretary of Sverdlovsk Regional Committee For the position of Secretary of the Central Committee for Construction, during his tenure he was able to improve regional indicators for supplying the population with necessary food products, and also achieved the construction of electro-heating experience in the field of construction. The majority of the Politburo agrees with the proposal, except for N. Tikhonov, who does not feel it in this position. Well, that's vague. The final word is ours. Okay, appoint Secretary for Construction. Let's see, the Patriots and the Neo-Stalinists kind of don't like it, Conservatives really don't like it, and then Nikolai Tikhonov is absolutely against. Okay, so this Ligachev, oh, this is the guy we passed over initially. He was with the moderates. Too fast career growth. Necessary to convene a commission for a thorough inspection. Oh, okay. Or say, nah. So, we reject him, we go with the conservatives, we promote him. We go with the, we please the moderates. I guess the reformers also kind of like him as well. Minister of Industry, so his influence and his loyalty go up, as do those behind him. Maybe, yeah, we'll go with this one. So the main person who's going to be pissed off is Tikhonov, and he's going to be mad anyway. So, yeah, Secretary for Construction, go for it. Okay, so I think these values are calculated at the start of the month. The game said so. We'll get to May, and then we'll see what effect the fiddling with our budget has. Personnel. Okay, the Politburo Central Committee is in limbo since it absorbs two different generations of the party, the Brezhnev generation and younger party members who emerged in the early 80s. However, none has a clear majority. Currently, there are 10 members of the Politburo. At the same time, the two remaining places after the death of Chernenko and Ustinov remain vacant. Cabinet members whose Politburo do not have the right to vote are Denis Pomarev, Viktor Chebrikov, Edward Shevardnadze, and he sounds familiar, Pyotr Demichev, and Vladimir Dolgik, who has come up before. Promoting loyal candidates to be the candidates on our side. Meaning the statists and orthodoxies, those are the conservatives. We can just promote conservatives, moderates, moderate reformists, or radical reformers, or keep the status quo. There's no negatives there. This will cost us political authority points, but this will continue tipping. Like the moderates and the reformers are the kind of the base of our power. I think we chose to play Gorbachev. The main thing with this is we would not be spending political authority. No, let's go. As I say, it's a demo. We just play it as we want. Okay, speech of the Central Plenum. Our party has achieved many results. We need to move forward the path of modernization and progress. The party is people who can create and find solutions. We need certified specialists who can implement Lenin's policies in words, but in deeds. Okay, so as we get Yegor Ligachev, Nikolai Ryzhkov, and Viktor Chebrikov became Politburo members. The influence of moderate reformist parties has grown. Acceleration? Question mark? Even during the reign of Yuri Andropov, the number of economists and sociologists were given carte blanche to develop projects for social reform. One of the key documents, the Novosibirsk Manifesto, stated a significant lag between the production relations of Soviet society and the development of productive forces. Okay, rate of economic growth has decreased significantly, disproportionate in development has decreased. Workers have become disinterested in the results of labor, and fixed assets are obsolete while information technology lags behind. So they promote acceleration, expanding imports, budget spending, and recognizing lag in the economy at the official level to achieve an advanced level of economic engineering. Should raise our mechanical engineering to world level in just a few 5-year plans. Aha. Seger proposed to restore anthropologist methods, curtailed under Chernenko, arguing this will revive production. All believes all the words about Soviet economy are lies and slander against the socialist system, so it's necessary to start a campaign to persecute dissidents. So, we can choose acceleration. This will be more civilian points, more cybernetic points. That'll be good for our computer research. Essential goods goes down, corruption goes up, and then the moderates and the reformers like that. We can't do it. Oh, hidden numbers of factions greater than 150. Okay, so can't do that. Can't do that. Or we're already, our policy is already correct. Now, lean in. Okay, during the 12th 5-year plan, the plan is to increase the growth rate of national income to 20 to 22%. Into 21% in industrial output and agriculture to double. Catch up with the United States in terms of industrial production by 2000. Time will tell how successful this policy will be. I have fears. Okay, yeah, Yugoslavia is moving towards it. We can't invite them yet, but we'll get there. We can invite, well, we can remove the military base from Syria. No, let's not worry about that. What do we got? Reliable shield of peace. In May 1955, the Soviet Union and the countries of Eastern Europe concluded the Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Mutual Assistance. It serves the basis for the creation of the Warsaw Pact. The conclusion of the treaty was a response to the refusal of the Soviet Union socialist countries to join NATO, as well as FERG's accession to the alliance. The friendship agreement was concluded for 30 years, and now, of course, the expiration date needs to be extended. It could be an excellent opportunity to send certain signals to our strategic adversaries. So, we could continue. It would ding our relations with the West, but they're okay right now. Continue with the conciliatory rhetoric. Improve relations with the West, but, well, civil activity would go up, liberalization would go up, or do it without unnecessary noise. Let's see, our radical opposition is already weakening, only by a little. Consensus unity, or we can just say, let's not mess with it. Yeah, we're kind of bleak. Let's do it without unnecessary noise. I kind of want to hold on to our... Okay, here we go. Okay, I wanted to hold on to our place. Let's see. U.S. relations going up barely. China, lovely. France going down. It's France. Okay, okay, their strength going up. Good. Most everyone seems happy. Not the army, but only very little. Only a little. Our economy is in the black. Hey. You love to see it. How's our research doing? We need a bunch of cybernetic points, and yeah, we gotta go hard. Or, but again, maybe I'm overemphasizing that because the U.S. isn't researching much faster than we are. Let's see. Anti-alcohol campaign. Ooh, now we're getting spicy. Anti-alcohol various scales were repeatedly initially carried out. Latest given to Andropov, severe penalties for drinking alcohol at work. And at the same time, the production of the cheapest Soviet mug, Moskovskaya, which cost 4 rubles and 70 kopecks. However, drunkenness in the country has acquired catastrophic proportions. Alcohol has increased to 10 liters per year per person, and even more when taking illegal moonshine into effect. Okay, so we So we can fight drunkenness. We can continue Brezhnev's policy, increasing the policy of the production of low alcohol drinks. Okay. We anti-alcohol propaganda. Okay. Only ban strong alcohol, or give the people they want release even cheaper vodka. Oh boy. So if we go all in, tax revenue goes down by 20%. Income from agriculture. Oh, right, because we're not making the alcohol ingredients. Continue Brezhnev's policy. Oh, price increases. Okay. Tax revenue up. Agricultural revenue up. Healthcare and intelligentsia loyalty up. Forgery. We can deal with that. Consensus unity. We're all right there. Yeah. No, let's continue Brezhnev's policy, and let's keep that tax revenue rolling in. At the beginning of May 1985, a joint resolution of the Central Committee of Council of Ministers on strengthening the fight against drunkenness was adopted. According to it, it was envisaged to reduce the production of strong alcoholic beverages and expand the production of grape wines and beer, increase prices for high-proof alcohol, and limit the time of trade in drinks of 30 degrees and above. In addition to a propaganda game for a sober lifestyle began, scenes with alcohol consumption were secretly cut from films. The results can be difficult to predict, but under Brezhnev, no significant results in reducing alcohol consumption were achieved. Okay, but the tax revenue, though. Okay, hey, let's check my budget here real quick. So it was digital technologies. So is there anything that can, let's see, the loyalty of the intelligence services? Oh, for every 10 above. Okay, so we can't crank that up, otherwise it'd increase corruption. I really want to go hard on this digital technocracy, but I've read enough modern history, or even just history period, to know we really don't want the intelligence services to have waning loyalty. Wait. Oh, okay, so every 10 above 70, the power of the intelligence services goes up, but then the loyalty goes way down. I see. Okay, well let's. Yeah, we've been going for a couple months. Let's not fret about it. Meetings on Leningrad soil. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is a newspaper thing. We're gonna be the people's favorite. We're going to lose compromising. And then Kudiguri Romanov apparently does not like us, but that's fine. I don't even know who he is. Oh, Council for Mutual Economic Assistance. All right. Campaign against racism. Oh. The Republic of South Africa is regarded as one of the most developed countries in the world. However, its success is built entirely upon segregation and discrimination. Did Grok write this? At the end of the Second Cold War, the National Party came to power in the Republic of South Africa, predicting the policy of apartheid. Initially, complete separation of economic, social, and spheres. Special reservations, Bantustans, were created for the black population, represent one nationality where to live. Okay. Skip. The reforms calls to split a far right led by anarchist without the Conservative Party. Despite the regular favorable opposition toward the anti-communist and the NP regime, they did impose sanctions on South Africa. Now the whole world's waiting for our decision. Ah, okay. So we can join the sanctions. We can sanction them. Relations with the West, and Eastern European countries. It would just piss off South Africa, and okay. Condemn the interference and try to mend relations with South Africa. It looks like the only people who like that are going to be South Africa and Israel. Look at that. Every faction hates that, or stay neutral. And again, everyone's going to hate that except South Africa. Nah, y'all gotta go. It's like, this is I think the pro wrestling phrase is cheap heat. Okay. The majority of the colored Indian population found their reforms insufficient and refused to participate in elections. New generation of African and colored youth began to riot. Clash with place and forming self-governing bodies. The apartheid regime began to gradually collapse. The government had to declare a state of emergency in large parts of the country. Well, wait, whoa! Oh, all of a sudden our economy was going great there for a second, and now it dipped back down again. I would say, wow, what went well? I don't know. Session of the Supreme Council. Okay. By agreement with Geopolitical, who supported your candidacy, you pledge to nominate him for this honorary government position. He is okay. So he's gonna move away from the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Well, that's unfortunate because he's actually really good with the diplomacy. Although he is an anti-Atlantist. Actually, that might not be such a bad thing. Because he's a moderate though, and we don't mind moderates. Okay. Yeah, and again, it was a deal, so. Oh, one of the oldest members of the Republic is 75. So then I guess we need to nominate a new foreign minister. Oh, what's this? There's a vacant position, Minister of Foreign Affairs. That's probably what this is. Okay. Oh, here we go. On the Geopolitical Minister of Foreign Affairs. His following was unyielding position in disputes with the West. He got the nickname Mr. No, or Mr. Yet, like we saw on the opening screen. Also, he was an advocate of peaceful coexistence between the USSR and the USS, and the U.S., as well as the supporter of nuclear disarmament. Now that two has moved to a new, we need to find a new Master of Foreign Affairs. Okay. Yevgeny Tyazelnikov. Apologies. He used to have the Komsomol. Sprecher said that in this position he was known as the patron of Russian nationalists. Okay, he's going to be a conservative. Yeah. Oleg Troyanovsky, former ambassador to Japan, now permanent resident of the US, UN. And a very talented and empathetic diplomat. Okay, he's a moderate. And they all want to be foreign affairs minister. He's got a 5 in diplomacy. He's got a 4 in diplomacy. A 4. A 1. A 1 in diplomacy. Now, come on, man. Alexander Desmertink. an Americanist, head of the U.S. Department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, over peaceful initiatives and carries a man of great professionalism. Peaceful, compromising, unambitious. Troyanovsky's an Orientalist. That might help the relationship with China. And Edward Shevardnadze, that's the guy you were talking about earlier. Yeah, he's a Euro-Atlantist, but he got no diplomacy. A person who is in no way connected to the structures of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has never been in diplomatic service. However, this allowed him to take leadership of the country's foreign policy into your own hands. Oh. So he's a puppet. No, I think we've seen what happens when you introduce people whose main qualification is their loyalty to you into positions of high office. It's not good. Okay, the question though is, do we want someone who's unambitious, or do we want someone like who's maximally? No, we'll put Troyanovsky in charge there. Yeah, like the moderates, the reformers, they're all kind of our people. Okay. Oh, we're almost. Yeah. So we'd be knocking this out in a couple months. All right. And how are they? Okay. Yeah. They're just only about halfway through. What is this? Unscientific philosophy. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Definitely not interested in that. World Festival of Youth and Students. The 12th World Festival of Youth and Students will enter into a very difficult international situation. We must be alert and minimize possible provocations from Western opponents. To avoid possible conflicts, some party members propose to take measures to protect citizens from the possible harmful influence of foreigners. However, as the practice of previous Soviet mega events has shown, bans usually lead to diametrically opposite result and give rise to false accusations about the democracy of our system. Well, we can't have that. Let's give young people carte blanche to criticize superpowers and allow free communication between our citizens and foreigners. So, intelligentsia like that, a little bit of civil liberties. Do not limit contacts, but censor possible anti-Soviet statements. Okay, a little about. Or, it is necessary to limit contacts in every possible way and address the program of events. Okay, so because the strength is high enough, we can do this, but then we're going to reduce the strength of the civil service, special services? Nah, let it ride. What could possibly go wrong talking to foreigners? According to secret decree, if they abandon the regulation of topics and creation of acceptable framework, any restrictions of communication between citizens and the guests on the holiday that existed at the 1980 Olympics were abolished. Okay, so now we need to slogan. Of course, communist organizations, we love our slogans. Communist, socialist, and religious organizations took active part in the inadmissibility of the revival of fascism and the incitement of a new world war. Now it's time to have the festival. Will slogan be victory over materialism, imperialism, solidarity, and Marxist change? Okay. Very pro us. Against imperialism. China loves it. U.S. hates it. Social patriots and conservatives like it. By respecting our past, we build our future. Okay. No one hates it. Social patriots and National Democrats, that's right. For peace, solidarity, and social change. The West likes it, and the modern reformers like it. The festival should be informal. No government slogans. U.S. and France love that. Globalize the fight for peace, solidarity, and development. Okay, we can... You know what, our relations with China are actually comparatively good. That's like 1 month. Yeah, no government slogans. Let it fly. Okay, return to its informal origins. The only left-wing politician it made was Ernesto Che Guevara, due to which multiple intersections were noticed between foreign and Soviet citizens, and the consequences were a noticeable increase in new style, the spread of liberalization of minds, as well as the emergence of new festival children. That's a euphemism. In addition, the World Festival accused us of trying to dilute the anti-imperialist orientation of the event, that many represent far-right parties from a number of European countries. Well, they're just going to have to suck on it and like it. Okay, well, oh gosh, our relations with France are really good, but declining. Same with the U.S., and we took a hit from China. But China, things are going great, as long as the economy's going great. Go figure. Okay, the intelligentsia aren't very pleased with us, but oh well. The economy doing just fine. We are. Wait, oh, okay, so I think we're generating 12, 12, 10, and 6, so our civil points are lacking. What would generate civil? The medical system. Well, everyone loves that. Okay, there we go. Oh no, Star Wars! Okay, March 1983, Reagan advancing the Strategic Defense Initiative. The expert group is the conclusion that SDI most likely does not require immediate countermeasures. It is impossible to meet this level of technological development. However, the general this will simply develop new military technologies. They can further lag. Ushanov also should develop a similar system. Oh boy, can we afford that? I don't know if we can. Okay, the same similar to proposed returning to the conclusions said by Evgeny Velikov. An asymmetric response would cost less than a full-scale response program, but it should be noted the situations that were tense. Actually, the USR will call for retaliatory measures. Is it worth de-escalating the conflict, or will our opponents perceive this as a sign of weakness? So, we can develop our own because we have the money. So everyone who's an anti-Atlantis, nuclear specialist, or rocket scientist is going to love us. Everyone who's peaceful, Euro-Atlantist, or... this is going to absolutely crush our authority points, and relations with the U.S. are going to go below 0. Ooh. We can threaten to do so. Develop asymmetric response. That's actually going to be a bigger hit to U.S. relations. Protests at the diplomatic level and accuse us of violating international treaties. Announce a unilateral moratorium on nuclear testing. Yeah, the special services and the military aren't going to like that. Or we can just do nothing. Let's see, the liberalization we don't mind, civil activity, well, anti-Atlantis -2 loyalty, military leadership loyalty -10. Ugh. Special services loyalty, I don't like losing that either. Okay, we'll protest at the diplomatic level. It's got the least bad. And let's be honest, being friends with the U.S. is it never going to be a long-term thing. I think it's forgotten the legendary grave of Nazi equivalent Joseph Mengele. Oh boy, we're man apartheid Mengele. Man, we're really digging into this. Was found in Brazil. Okay, some public figures, due to the 40th anniversary of the Great Patriot War, proposed to hold an anti-fascist month to once again remember the victims of fascist. I remember did. We can also offer Brazil to carry out this campaign together, which will improve relations between our countries. Hold a conference with the Brazilian leader, so we can tone down the opposition, a little less of that. A trade agreement with Brazil, we like. Hold an anti-fascist month, or do nothing. You know what? We'll splash the cat. We're trade agreement. And if we can turn Brazil toward our side, hey, that'd be a big win. Because our allied countries and Brazil begin a large-scale anti-fascist month during which the topic of atrocities of the Nazi regime became relevant again. The leaders of Brazil and the USSR have been to conclude agreements on friendship, cooperation, and joint struggle against fascism and any other forms of racial discrimination. They laid flowers in the tomb of the unknown soldier, observing a moment of silence for the murder killed. Later, the president of Brazil, who remains unnamed, praised the invaluable contribution of the Soviet people in the fight against the Nazi totalitarian regime. Relations between Brazil and the United States are deteriorating. Aha! They are increasingly gravitating toward cooperation with the USSR. But the internal political results left to be desired. Apparently, the president of the new republic will not last long. So Brazil is no longer under the influence of the U.S. All right, let's say that's 30 quatlus well spent. Yeah, kind of nudge them toward us. Well, we definitely don't want to break the trade agreement. We don't want to sanction them. Okay, no, we just started. So they're liberal conservatives. They're ruling party of the Democrats. But yeah, they're drifting towards us. That's what we like to see. The fate of a disgraced academician. Academician. 1. The Nobel 1880 Nobel Prize laureate Andrei Sakharov, known for his distant views restricted all straight wars and expelled from Moscow to the closed city of Gorky for criticizing our troops' involvement in Afghanistan. Hunger strikes, they memory. And then July, Sakharov sent a letter asking you to allow his wife, Elena Bonner, to travel abroad for treatment and to meet relatives. He promises to stop public experiences and contrary scientific work. Our legislation provides the interruption of links for a certain period. However, what could the consequences be of this decision? On the one hand, Bonner can request asylum and subsequent family reunification, but we cannot release Sakharov abroad since he knows in detail the entire path of development of our atomic weapons. On the other hand, this will be a humane step and will contribute to improving relations with Western countries. So, we can let her leave. So this looks like a coin flip. Either we improve relations or we really don't improve them. Propaganda against them, we can't do that because I guess there's we don't have enough social patriots or neo-Stalinists, or we can just do nothing. Let's do the coin flip. Let's see what happens. Let her leave. First, she go to Italy, undergo treatment, and she returned back to Gorky. So far, she has retained her making anti-Soviet statements. Sakharov kept his promise. He's going to a laboratory in Gorky where he continued his scientific work. Okay, yeah, so the relation with the U.S. took a hit with the Star Wars thing. China's still solid. France is apparently going down, but that's all. Yeah, now the intelligentsia don't like us. The economy actually doing not terribly. Okay. Oh, our agent. Pyotr Ivashtin, chief of the main intelligence. Combat General Secretary. Recently, our agent managed to contact the CIA officer Aldrich Ames. Not so long ago, he was transferred to the department that organizes operations in the territory of our country, and therefore, Ames gained access to the personal data of American agents in the USSR. Ever since he began working with the CIA, Ames periodically went on a drinking binge and fell into depression, claiming he was disillusioned with the way American foreign policy appeared to him. However, now he will be able to help us in exchange for a certain amount of money and the payment of all his debts, which have accumulated quite a lot over the years. Okay, so we can recruit him full-time. So we get some monthly bonuses, -5 monthly income, or basic income, excuse me. Maintenance costs will increase annually, as well as drinking, I suppose. Ivashtin, appreciates our using that. The reformers and the Liberal Democrats won't be pleased, but then again, we're pleased with them every other time. Only once. No, I mean, hey, if old Albrecht wants a side hustle, who are we to say no? The 50,000 began working for our intelligence services in the codename Ludmilla. Various sources attribute the exposure of 12 to 25 CIA agents to him, including some very high-ranking generals. Enemy agents of the USSR have suffered enormous damage, and now we have a reliable agent in the very heart of the CIA. Okay. We've been going for about an hour and a half, but I think we have a pretty good idea of what's going on with the game. So there is I will say I am intrigued. I'm not as conversant in like the old world of communist politics as maybe I should be, especially given where I live. Oh yeah, look at that. We have good relations with China and getting better, but the vector is actually taking them toward the U.S. Well, we don't want that. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll go and call it. We have a pretty good idea. Oh, what's it? A plane in the American Island Bar Harbor has crashed, including 13 American Samantha Smith. Oh, in July 19th, she visited the USSR in the invitation of Soviet public organization. Oh, okay, so the little child diplomat. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, stop. Okay. I guess we'll save. Oh, okay. So here's the. Hey, this is to kind of give you an idea of like what the spread of the different kinds of government. Anywhere from liberal corporatocracy, we got fundamentalism, all the way to socialism with national specifics, to democratic socialism, socialist reform. Okay. Okay, they were there. But yeah, so so that was Crisis in the Kremlin, Cold War. I should note that the reason we led with this is because the game is actually coming out on May 26th. So if you are if that interests you, keep an eye on Steam. It should be coming out within like the next week and a half or so. So we're gonna leave it there. YouTube, thanks for hanging out. Twitch folks, hang around. We're gonna put the highlights on real quick, and then we'll move on to the next demo. So appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time, and bye for now.